The professional camera company Red made waves last month when it announced plans to launch its first smartphone, the Hydrogen One. The company hasn't divulged many details about the device, but it has hyped up some of the phone's higher-level features, a modular accessory system that will support higher-quality camera tools and a holographic display that's said to be capable of presenting images with a 3D-like effect. All of that comes in a phone whose pre-orders start at $1,195. Up to now, Red has released only one obscure teaser image of the device. But the company recently gave the popular YouTube tech reviewer Marks Brownlee, also known as MKBHD, a non-functional prototype of what it says the Hydrogen One will ultimately look like. This is the Red Hydrogen One. Right away, you can see its design is much busier than those of most other smartphones. The back has a mix of metal and Kevlar, with a big dual-lens camera, 4 screws in the corners, a big, ruby-like logo, and modular accessory pins at the bottom. Red says the base version of the Hydrogen One will use aluminum and a pricier model will be made of titanium. The sides of the phone, meanwhile, are grooved to fit your fingers. On one side, there's a power button that doubles as a fingerprint scanner, and a dedicated button for video recording. On the other, there are separated volume buttons. At the bottom, there's a USB-C port and a headphone jack. The front of the phone looks pretty standard, with a handful of speaker grills dotted around a 5.7-inch display. Don't expect the slim bezels of the Samsung Galaxy S8 here. It's also unclear what resolution the display will have, but for $1,200, it'd be a shock if it weren't sharp. Altogether, the Hydrogen One is a pretty large rectangle. As Brownlee shows, it's a bit taller and wider than an iPhone 7 Plus and on a Plus 5. It's a good bit thicker, too. Brownlee said that Red walked him through an early demo of the Hydrogen One's holographic display tech, but that he wasn't able to show it on camera. It's still hard to say whether or not it's the real deal. Brownlee suggested it was a tad rough around the edges, and how much video content will actually use it. Note that the holographic tech itself is optional. If you just want to use the Hydrogen One normally, you can. But you'll probably want the display tricks to work well if you're dropping $1,200 on the phone.